Never give up, for that is just the place and time that the tide will turn. Harriet Beecher Stowe. We must embrace pain and burn it as fuel for our journey. Kenji Miyazawa. 20 years from now you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bowliness, sail away from safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. Mark Twain. Discouragement and failure are two of the surest stepping stones to success. Dale Carnegie. How wonderful it is that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world. Anne Frank. I've always loved journaling as a way to clear my mind. Whether I'm traveling or at home, the first thing I do when I wake up is pull out my notebook and record positive things that have happened to me as well as uplifting thoughts. Gloria Rubin. Do not let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. John Wooden. Nothing splendid has ever been achieved except by those who dared believe that something inside of them was superior to circumstance. Bruce Barton. Be thankful for what you have and you will end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough. Oprah Winfrey. Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them, that only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward in whatever way they like. Lao Tzu. A successful man is one who can lay a firm foundation with the bricks others have thrown at him. David Brinkley. Focus on the journey, not the destination. Joy is found not in finishing an activity but in doing it. Greg Anderson. When we stop opposing reality, action becomes simple, fluid, kind, and fearless. Byron Katie. Each morning when I open my new eyes, I say to myself, I, not events, have the power to make me happy or unhappy today. I can choose which it shall be. Yesterday is dead. Tomorrow hasn't arrived yet. I have just one day, today, and I'm going to be happy. Groucho Marx. Happiness resides not in possessions and not in gold. The feeling of happiness dwells in the soul. Democritus. Precious is strangely uplifting. It goes down into the valley, but it also goes to the mountaintops. A lot of difficult realities are explored in Precious, but the peaks make the valleys, and the valleys make the peaks. Jeffrey S. Fletcher. If there is no struggle, there is no progress. Frederick Douglass. In essence, if we want to direct our lives, we must take control of our consistent actions. It's not what we do once in a while that shapes our lives, but what we do consistently. Tony Robbins. A constructive, useful life, good works, and good relationships are as valid as writing poetry or inventing a machine. Anything that one does well and obtains satisfaction from is a good enough reason for living. To be a decent human being that people like and feel better for knowing is enough. Robert Gould. A ship is always safe at the shore, but that is not what it is built for. Albert Einstein. The best way to cheer yourself up is to try to cheer somebody else up. Mark Twain. I believe that one defines oneself by reinvention. To not be like your parents, to not be like your friends, to be yourself, to cut yourself out of stone. Henry Rollins. Cherish your visions and your dreams as they are the children of your soul, the blueprints of your ultimate achievements. Napoleon Hill. Your destiny is to fulfill those things upon which you focus most intently. So choose to keep your focus on that which is truly magnificent, beautiful, uplifting, and joyful. Your life is always moving towards something. Ralph Marston. Next to trying and winning, the best thing is trying and failing. L. M. Montgomery. I Won is not a love song. It's just me uplifting women in general. I'm giving women the power to treat themselves as a trophy. To show that and know it in yourself and be confident, because when they do that, whoever they're with is winning. Mayvedi is cash. Rise above the storm, and you will find the sunshine. Mario Fernandez. Count your age by friends, not years. Count your life by smiles, not tears. John Lennon. Every small positive change we make in ourselves repays us in confidence in the future. Alice Walker. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Albert Einstein. Even if you're on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there. Will Rogers. The best way out is always through. Robert Frost. Your destiny is to fulfill those things upon which you focus most intently. So choose to keep your focus on that which is truly magnificent, beautiful, uplifting, and joyful. Your life is always moving towards something. Ralph Marston. Choice is more than picking X over Y. It is a responsibility to separate the meaningful and the uplifting from the trivial and the disheartening. It is the only tool we have that enables us to go from who we are today to who we want to be tomorrow. Sheena Iyengar. It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. Confucius. I think Romeo and Juliet is uplifting. That's how much a son wishes to avenge his father. That is how much two young people can love each other. Ben Kingsley. Life has no limitations, except the ones you make. Les Brown. Don't wait, the time will never be just right. Napoleon Hill. We are each gifted in a unique and important way. It is our privilege and our adventure to discover our own special life. Mary Dunbar. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Michael Jordan. If I persist long enough, I will win. Ogmondino. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful. Strive to be happy. Max Ehrmann. Many men go fishing all of their lives without knowing that it is not fish they are after. Henry David Thoreau. A memoir should have some uplifting quality, inspiring or illuminating, and that's what separates a life story that can influence other people. Mitch Albom. It always seems impossible until it's done. Nelson Mandela. In my books and in romance as a genre, there is a positive, uplifting feeling that leaves the reader with a sense of encouragement and hope for a brighter future or a brighter present. Debbie Macomber. I believe in being strong when everything seems to be going wrong. I believe that happy girls are the prettiest girls. I believe that tomorrow is another day, and I believe in miracles. Audrey Hep. Thankfully, persistence is a great substitute for talent. Steve Martin. Like success, failure is many things to many people. With a positive mental attitude, failure is a learning experience. A rung on the ladder, a plateau at which to get your thoughts in order and prepare to try again. Clement Stone. You cannot expect victory and plan for defeat. Joel Osteen. I've been absolutely terrified every moment of my life, and I've never let it keep me from doing a single thing I wanted to do. Georgia O'Keeffe. Don't give up. Don't lose hope. Don't sell out. Christopher Reeve. The truest greatness lies in being kind. The truest wisdom in a happy mind. Ella Wheeler Wilcox. Music does a lot of things for a lot of people. It's transporting, for sure. It can take you right back, years back, to the very moment certain things happened in your life. It's uplifting, it's encouraging, it's strengthening. Aretha Franklin. Defeat is simply a signal to press onward. Helen Keller. I was recently asked about the business side of Biggest Loser, but as long as we entertain people, we can keep coming back and making a difference. It's a delicate balance, but one feeds off the other. I feel so good about the show, it's uplifting and inspiring and entertaining at the same time. Alison Sweeney. I can't change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust my sails to always reach my destination. Jimmy Dean. Character cannot be developed in ease and quiet. Only through experience of trial and suffering can the soul be strengthened. Ambition inspired and success achieved. Helen Keller. Keep your thoughts positive because your thoughts become your words. Keep your words positive because your words become your behavior. Keep your behavior positive because your behavior becomes your habits. Keep your habits positive because your habit. Mahatma Gandhi. I'd rather be a failure at something I love than a success at something I hate. George Burns. Insanity is doing the same thing, over and over again, but expecting different results. Albert Einstein. We are shaped by our thoughts. We become what we think. When the mind is pure, joy follows like a shadow that never leaves. Buddha. Forgiveness is a funny thing. It warms the heart and cools the sting. William Arthur Ward. Sometimes before we make a record, I go back and listen to a few. It's equally humbling and uplifting. Michael Stein. I failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Michael Jordan. The more the panic grows, the more uplifting the image of a man who refuses to bow to the terror. Ernst Jünger. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. Albert Einstein. Real integrity is doing the right thing, knowing that nobody's going to know whether you did it or not. Oprah Winfrey. The world is more malleable than you think, and it's waiting for you to hammer it into shape. Bono. It is by going down into the abyss that we recover the treasures of life. Where you stumble, there lies your treasure. Joseph Campbell. Problems are not stop signs, they are guidelines. Robert H. Schuller. I am determined to be cheerful and happy in whatever situation I may find myself, for I have learned that the greater part of our misery or unhappiness is determined, not by our circumstance, but by our disposition. Martha Washington. There are two ways to live. You can live as if nothing is a miracle. You can live as if everything is a miracle. Albert Einstein. I try to make my mood uplifting and peaceful, then watch the world around me reflect that mood. Yaya da Costa. Listening to music is such an uplifting, spiritual thing. It's far-fetched to some, I understand that, but the way dance music brings people together, it's not a big stretch from hymns. Cascade. Failure is the condiment that gives success its flavor. Truman Capote. Talent is cheaper than table salt. What separates the talented individual from the successful one is a lot of hard work. Stephen King. Don't be intimidated by what you don't know. That can be your greatest strength and ensure that you do things differently from everyone else. Sarah Blakely. Believe you can and you're halfway there. Theodore Roosevelt. Only those who dare to fail greatly can ever achieve greatly. Robert F. Kennedy. If more of us valued food and cheer and song above hoarded gold, it would be a merrier world. J.R.R. Tolkien. Do not anticipate trouble or worry about what may never happen. Keep in the sunlight. Benjamin Franklin. What can a pencil do for all of us? Amazing things. It can write transcendent poetry, uplifting music, or life-changing equations. It can sketch the future, give life to untold beauty, and communicate the full force of our love and aspirations. Adam Braun. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Abraham Lincoln. An uplifting sense of purpose is more than an impetus for individual accomplishment. It is also a necessary insurance policy against expediency and impropriety. Gary Hamel. Try again, fail better. Samuel Beckett. Big jobs usually go to the men who prove their ability to outgrow small ones. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Learn to enjoy every minute of your life. Be happy now. Don't wait for something outside of yourself to make you happy in the future. Think how really precious is the time you have to spend, whether it's at work or with your family. Every minute should be enjoyed and savored. Earl Nightingale. Life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. Charles R. Swindoll. The first step is you have to say that you can. Will Smith. I don't believe people are looking for the meaning of life as much as they are looking for the experience of being alive. Joseph Campbell. How you think about a problem is more important than the problem itself. So always think positively. Norman Vincent Peale. I want people to see that the cosmic perspective is simultaneously honest about the universe we live in and uplifting. When we realize how far we have come and how wonderful is this world of ours. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Most great people have attained their greatest success one step beyond their greatest failure. Napoleon Hill. It is not the first duty of the novelist to provide blueprints for insurrection or uplifting tales of successful resistance for the benefit of the opposition. The naming of what is there is what is important. Ian McEwan. All life is an experiment. The more experiments you make, the better. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Once you choose hope, anything's possible. Christopher Reeve. Never be bullied into silence. Never allow yourself to be made a victim. Accept no one's definition of your life. Define yourself. Harvey Fierstein. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says I'm possible. Audrey Hepburn. There is nothing in a caterpillar that tells you it's going to be a butterfly. Buckminster Fuller. Keep your face always toward the sunshine and shadows will fall behind you. Walt Whitman. Life itself is the most wonderful fairy tale. Hans Christian Andersen. The world is full of magical things patiently waiting for our wits to grow sharper. Bertrand Russell. Choose to be optimistic, it feels better. Dalai Lama. All you need is the plan, the roadmap, and the courage to press on to your destination. Earl Nightingale. In 3 words I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It goes on. Robert Frost. The glow of one warm thought is to me worth more than money. Thomas Jefferson. Success is the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out. Robert Collier. Try to be a rainbow in someone's cloud. Maya Angelou. A big part of being a well-adjusted person is accepting that you can't be good at everything. Kelly Williams Brown. It is always the simple that produces the marvelous. Amelia Barr. Believe that life is worth living and your belief will help create the fact. William James. Let us make our future now, and let us make our dreams tomorrow's reality. Malala Yousafzai. Even if happiness forgets you a little bit, never completely forget about it. Jacques Prévert. Once we believe in ourselves, we can risk curiosity, wonder, spontaneous delight, or any experience that reveals the human spirit. E. Cummings. It doesn't matter how slow you go, as long as you don't stop. Confucius. I believe that if one always looked at the skies, one would end up with wings. Gustav E. Flaubert. When the sun is shining I can do anything. No mountain is too high, no trouble too difficult to overcome. Wilma Rudolph. I dwell in possibility. Emily Dickinson. Any kind of crisis can be good, it wakes you up. Ryan Reynolds. Work hard in silence, let your success be your noise. Frank Ocean. Close scrutiny will show that most crisis situations are opportunities to either advance or stay where you are. Maxwell Maltz. If you want something you have never had, you must be willing to do something you have never done. Thomas Jefferson. Crises and deadlocks, when they occur, have at least this advantage, that they force us to think. Jawaharlal Nehru. 2 things define you, your patience when you have nothing and your attitude when you have everything. Imam Ali. Great occasions do not make heroes or cowards, they simply unveil them to our lives. Silently and imperceptibly, as we wake or sleep, we grow strong or weak, and at last some crisis shows what we have become. Brooke Foss Westcott. The greatest pleasure in life is doing what people say you cannot do. Walter Benjamin. Something good comes out of every crisis. Dave Telzer. Never give up on a dream just because of the time it will take to accomplish it. The time will pass anyway. Earl Nightingale. Always be a first-rate version of yourself, instead of a second-rate version of somebody else. Judy Garland. I don't think of all the misery but of the beauty that still remains. Anne Frank. I think the best way to have confidence is not to allow everyone else's insecurities to be your own. Jessie J. You learn something out of everything, and you come to realize more than ever that we're all here for a certain space of time. And then it's going to be over, and you better make this count. Nancy Reagan. When you notice that you're having negative thoughts about how all of this is going to pan out, you need to remind yourself that you are not a very good fortune teller. Donna W. Hill. The most common way people give up their power is by thinking they don't have any. Alice Walker. Doing the best at this moment puts you in the best place for the next moment. Oprah. The most difficult thing is the decision to act, the rest is merely tenacity. Amelia Earhart. Keep your sunny side up, Keep yourself beautiful and indulge yourself. Betsy Johnson. Remember that not getting what you want is sometimes a wonderful stroke of luck. Dalai Lama. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. The ability to triumph begins with you. Always. Oprah Winfrey. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. Ralph Waldo Emerson. I will love the light for it shows me the way, yet I will endure the darkness because it shows me the stars. Altman Dino. It is time for us all to stand and cheer for the doer, the achiever, the one who recognizes the challenges and does something about it. Vince Lombardi. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Albert Einstein. You just can't beat the person who never gives up. Babe Ruth. It doesn't matter how slow you go, as long as you don't stop. Confucius. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. Arthur Ashe. He who has a way to live can bear almost anyhow. Friedrich Nietzsche. In order to succeed, we must first believe that we can. Nikos Kazantzakis.